Well, bit nervous, first time, virgin, but gonna give it a go and see how you guys find my story. So, I'm 23 years old, quite young, a personal trainer. I've dabbled in fitness modelling and I've got a massive passion for fitness and giving back. My life didn't start out as positively as most people's might. My mum and dad were very negative, said that we would never do anything as brothers. A bit of motivation to say, you know what, you can do this. You said you were going to move away and you were going to do something, and I did it. To take a step back in my story, in year 9 of secondary school, I was introduced to a guy who'd been held back a year, and he introduced me to the law of attraction, which I'm sure many of you have maybe come across. And that for me was a big turning point in my life. It showed me this whole different mindset, and it was what maybe pushed me to move away. After 2 years of playing basketball under the England coach, I ended up having to quit because I needed a full-time job to live, because obviously I'd moved away from my family. And for me, it was a big hit in the heart, because I devoted my life to this sport, and I'd obviously had a big background in basketball as an athlete, and working in a gym full-time, looking out of the glass, I was heavily inspired by these new bodies that I was seeing, because it was a lot different to a typical skinny basketball player that I was. The dip that I had was when I quit basketball, I then became heavily involved with gaming, which turned into a geek, and the passion that I'd always had with basketball, I needed to put into something. And for me, it was the gaming. I turned into a professional gamer, started earning a living from it. And I suppose that mindset of being passionate and proving that I could do something was always been my driving force, not necessarily the best one or the one that most people would advise you to go with, but proving people wrong for me has been a big part of what I'm doing. After taking a few knockbacks, obviously with my dream having to come to an end, and looking out of the glass, I realised that I really wasn't enjoying sitting in an office being told that you need to be making these sales. And I started getting into the gym stuff because I could do it on my break, and my body started rapidly progressing into a different shape, which people respected. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. I really understand it. Started to go away, learn about the nutrition, and my body just changed completely, tenfold again. And I was like, you know what, I can do this as a career. I feel like I know as much as these other trainers here. I decided to get myself involved on a 6-week course to pass and get the qualification, because I couldn't stay in sales for much longer because it was depressing me. I felt closed off. I didn't have enough money. I took a loan out and took on a whim that I could get past this in 6 weeks. At the time, it didn't go hand in hand, but I had to work in McDonald's in the evenings, because it was the only thing that would give me full-time income to cover my rent of a flat whilst doing this personal training course. And for me, that was tough, but I got through it, and that's where I met Chandler, who's a surrogate dad to me. Look up to him massively. I'm gonna cry. Control it. And that guy took me under his wing and showed me about business and allowed me to. Sorry. And that man gave me the confidence to pursue my dreams, and I wanted to make a difference when I went into the fitness industry, because I realised that there's a lot of people out there who are struggling with this, and even though the rate of professionals in the fitness industry is on the increase, there's still an even bigger increase in obesity. So my goal is to try and give back. Now, with my time as a personal trainer, I feel like I've come up with a formula. I've come up with a formula that works really well for people, and my message is really clear, and bringing it back to the basics, because I think we've gone a long way away from what it is. We need to eat food, it's energy, but we need to have an output as well, and a lot of people have no output. We're sat behind desks, we're confined to cars, we're in this like Tier X position where we wake up in the morning, we'll eat our breakfast, we'll get in a car, and then we'll sit at a desk, and then we'll get back in the car, and then we'll sit at the table, and then we'll sit at the TV, and then we'll go to bed, and we're laying, and there's not enough output. And so my message is to get people eating real food again, getting them active. And getting active doesn't mean going to the gym necessarily. It might mean that you need to go and walk 3 times a week, but just get out and see the world, but then be aware of what you're putting in your body. So what I've created is a 60-day challenge that basically works on creating a new lifestyle for you, creating new habits, but bringing it back to the basics and not raving about the new ketone pills that are going to shred fat off you, or go and eat food, this magic food that's going to like rip the fat off you. It's about real food, educating you on what's in your food, giving you the shopping list, giving you the eating plan, teaching you how to cook, teaching about portion sizes, and then educating you on some exercise that you can do to get you back to where a happy place is. I'm about creating happier, healthier people, and that's the message I'm trying to spread now. And I've become a bit of an entrepreneur in essence, that I want my time back, because I value my time, and the balance that most people lose now by just getting in this corporate line of work where they're in that Tier X mode all day, every day. So I've started teaching myself web design, graphic design, and then it was up until recently when I was doing a lot of research through books that I realised I needed to get a team together. And last year was the first time I took a massive break, and all the saving that I did over the years I've put, which was my house deposit, I decided to put on the line to create this massive project to hopefully inspire the world. So that's where I'm at to today. It's due to release on Monday, and yeah, I'm excited, man. Thank you.